At the beginning of every year, many of us feel that familiar pull to start fresh, a new sketchbook, maybe even an art challenge. But if you've been making art for a while, or if you've tried to start a sketchbook before, you may also know how quickly those challenges can turn into pressure and how easily they get abandoned. So today I want to talk about a gentler way of using challenges or themes to build a sketchbook practice that's actually sustainable in 2026 so that you can continue working in that sketchbook, or you can start the one that's been gathering dust in the drawer. Many art challenges are built around numbers: 30 days, 100 drawings, daily prompts. There's nothing wrong with those and they can be really useful. But for many people, especially those balancing stressful lives or dealing with struggles in any way, shape or form, they can quietly become another thing we feel we're failing at. These challenges sometimes fail not because we lack discipline or we're not good enough at art, but because we perceive them as too rigid. When the structure is too tight, the joy slips away, and once the joy goes, the sketchbook usually closes and it's game over. A theme works very differently from a challenge. A challenge tells you what you must do. A theme simply gives you a direction. They move slower, like seasons that roll into each other. They return, you can revisit them, and there's no rush to finish them within a specific deadline, because there is no deadline. There can be different themes like heads and faces, everyday objects, lights and shadow, one colour, textures, and you can return to them when you have time and leave them when you don't. Themes support consistency not because they demand more from us, but because they reduce decision fatigue. You open your sketchbook and you already know where to begin. Working a sketchbook to me is really a huge release and relief, because you can close it at any time and nobody has to see what you've done if you don't want them to see. There are many ways to start a sketchbook if you're feeling scared to start, if you're feeling like you're going to ruin it, and I have quite a few videos up on YouTube about that. So I won't be focusing on that aspect. What I will be showing you are the challenges that I have done over the past year, year and a half or so, mostly the past year and a half, and they're always centered around a theme. I find that having a theme is really useful, and usually the theme lasts a month. And there is no pressure to be perfect or create something beautiful. Sometimes you will see something really beautiful come out, something unexpected, and other times you will not like your work, and that is perfectly okay. You will probably go back to it at a later date, and you will find that you will have changed your mind about that. It happens very often. Anyway, you will be seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly in the sketchbook. I will be showing it all in several sketchbooks, actually. So it's going to be a very realistic exploration of my sketching and the sketching challenges that I've done with my community. So let's go back. Let's start with the non-so aesthetically pleasing aspect of my sketchbooks, and these are simply some anatomy studies. We were exploring the Loomis method, among others. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Loomis method, you can look it up, but anyway, it's a method that allows you to break down the anatomy of the head into basic shapes and kind of fit it around a circular shape, and then add the nose and the chin on. Some people find that the Loomis method makes things easier. Some people find it more confusing. Personally, I have an approach where I only use it partially. I always tend to have some guidelines, but more or less, this is what the Loomis method shows you. It kind of slices off the side of the head so that you can position things where they should be. I'm really bad at explaining this. It's easier to sketch and explain rather than to just try and explain it off the top of my head. And these are just sketchbooks by Arts Creations. They're not meant for watercolour, but we do use some watercolour in them because it will take a few layers of it. So that's what you'll see sometimes. And we go into the boring stuff sometimes too. So anatomy is something that I like to explore regularly, maybe once every 6 months or so, because it helps so much with your sketching. If what you like to do is sketching people, for example, ears can be extremely boring, but we dedicated a whole session to ears. So that is something that you could do. Dedicate a week or a sketchbook spread or an entire sketchbook if you want to, just to studying anatomy, all the individual parts like the hands. And you can see here, this was really helpful. It really helped me understand how to break down the hands. Then at the end of the month, we will usually try and put together what we have learned that month. And this is the result. So you create a spread of the things that you have been practicing. A good idea is also to set out to be messy. Have it as your goal. It's like giving yourself permission. It really helps you if you're one of those people who tends to struggle a lot with precision and thinking that you're making mistakes and worrying about that. And this is a spread that was done very, very loosely using Inktense pencils. And this one as well is another example of a spread that's extremely messy. And this sketchbook is actually full of them. Starting off with the intention of being extremely loose, expressive and messy, giving yourself permission to create so-called ugly pages is something that is really encouraging and positive. So you can have a month, an entire month, or an entire sketchbook dedicated to being absolutely messy, or to just creating backgrounds that you can then sketch over later on. It really helps you to loosen up, to make friends with your sketchbook, and to become more confident in your sketchbook practice, making it more sustainable throughout the year. The key is that over time, gentler themes and softer challenges build confidence. You start to recognise progress, and the sketchbook becomes a place you want to return to, not avoid. If you're thinking about 2026, I'd suggest choosing one theme or challenge per month, or even one theme or challenge per season. No deadlines, no minimum number of drawings, just a quiet thread running through your practice. This is the approach I use myself along with live sketching, mostly when I'm on holiday. Friday. And it's what I see working again and again with people who actually keep going. I enjoy having a shared direction, but without pressure. And that's very much how we work together in my Patreon community. Everyone has a different pace. That's important to remember. And you might be the person that likes to work in your sketchbook every day, or just pick it up once a week or twice a month for a bit of a longer session maybe. You don't have to be like anyone but yourself in your sketchbook. One month our theme was fairy tales and fantasy, and our final spread was dedicated to Tolkien, so this one is all Lord of the Rings inspired. Of course, we had dedicated Pinterest board to it, and it was extremely fun. It offers so much escapism. Also, getting together really takes the pressure off because you co-sketch and you have a chat and you have a laugh. And I find it extremely beneficial. Sometimes people just feel this pressure so much to perform that they will stop themselves from making art because of this. It breaks my heart. Because having this release, not having this release, I don't know what I would do without it, quite honestly. And this was so much fun, diving into the fairy tale world and then having this tribute to Tolkien. I said to remove deadlines and pressure, very often, like here, we sketch on a short time limit. A short time limit can feel restrictive at first, but very often it does the opposite. It frees you. You're no longer trying to make something perfect, you're just responding. When the time is short, there's no space for overthinking. You stop judging and you start seeing. Short sketches aren't about rushing, they're about letting go of the idea that every drawing has to be finished or good. A time limit gives you permission to simplify. You choose what matters and everything else can quietly fall away. Also, you can return to your sketches in your own time to add shadowing and details, which is what a lot of people tend to do. The clock doesn't hurry you, it protects you. It keeps the sketch light, honest and alive. Art doesn't always need to be meaningful, it just needs to be returned to. However you choose to work this year, I hope sketchbooks become a place of curiosity rather than obligation. Sometimes you can draw or paint without a reference, which again is truly liberating for some of us. Or you can test new or old, almost forgotten art supplies. Other inspiring themes are movies or films, literature, and exploring different peoples, cultures, and traditions. And while I have so much more to say and so much more to show, I'm running out of time and kind of tripping over my own words. So the rest of the sketchbooks will be shown either in next week's video or in a bonus midweek one. On Patreon, we have started a softer version of the 100 Heads Challenge, meaning we don't have a specific number of heads we want to reach. So if you'd like to join us, I will leave the link in the description box. I hope I was able to give you some inspiration. Let me know what inspires you to draw or paint in the comments down below. Bye for now.